They say that laziness is the engine of progress. If you look at modern tools and machines, it becomes clear that this is true. People have always tried to make their work easier, and as a result, they have invented increasingly clever, precise, and efficient solutions that take on the hardest and most routine tasks. A CNC machine, following a pre-programmed design, cuts a spiral into a wooden block. With the help of a strange tool, a person easily makes a window ornament by simply pressing the tool from top to bottom. You are now watching the production process of a reinforced water hose. First, a layer of metal wire is formed, and then a rubber coating is applied on top of it. Cement is shaped in polyethylene bags and laid on the ground, forming a textured surface. The process of packing and pressing hay, making it neat and ready for storage. Barely moving along the muddy road, a man transports large logs on a motorcycle. To protect the plastic water pipe, the worker reinforced it with concrete. He placed a wider pipe over it, filled it with concrete, and removed the outer pipe after the concrete hardened. Construction workers use a clever homemade device, a wooden frame with a mesh for sifting sand. A special kitchen machine slices potatoes into thin layers while also creating a decorative pattern on them. In the production of music diffusers, a worker glues the cap in the center as the final step of the manufacturing process. The technician uses a cordless screwdriver to tighten the spokes on a green bike rim. This is a special flexible drill bit that allows you to drill holes in hard-to-reach places. A compact track mini dumper carefully unloads red concrete into a prepared formwork. The video shows the process of creating a textured surface on fresh concrete using a special brush and a long stick. After laying asphalt, the worker uses a hand-operated machine to trim the edges, giving the surface a neat finish. This material allows you to almost instantly seal a hole from which water is pouring out of the wall. A builder quickly applies concrete mortar to the top row of blocks with a stick. Assembling a screw air compressor after a major overhaul. Installing snow chains on a truck wheel. The mechanic secures the chain using a special tensioning device. The press compresses old aluminum pipes into square scrap metal blocks, making them easier to transport and recycle. A large motorized ball valve is a reliable solution for controlling high water flows, high throughput, minimal losses, and flawless operation even under the most demanding conditions. By laying bricks in a square shape, layer by layer, one on top of the other, slightly rotating each subsequent layer, and fixing it with cement, you can easily build a beautiful column. To securely join two boards at a 90-degree angle with a dovetail joint, a special tool, a jig is used, allowing the boards to be precisely cut and fitted together. To produce slippers, a worker loads the material into a special machine, after which the footwear is formed under the influence of heat. You see a construction process of pouring concrete. The mixture flows from a pipe disconnected by a worker onto a metal reinforcement mesh, creating a perfectly smooth surface once poured. Using a rectangular frame, a woman can quickly and evenly sow rice seeds in the planting areas. A worker fertilizes or sands the lawn using a self-propelled spreader top dresser. A person created a special device for cutting logs into boards using a chainsaw. The homemade wooden device is placed on the log, and with its help, the chainsaw cuts the log lengthwise into even planks. Wooden blocks are drilled with precise holes, creating a neat and natural holder for essential oil bottles. A person applies a wood texture to the surface using a special tool. The dump truck body is equipped with a special movable component that allows the soil to be unloaded evenly. The worker uses a motorcycle equipped with a special built-in tank to transport gravel to hard-to-reach places. A person is painting a rusty fence using a paint sprayer. The paint pressure is very high, which allows the fence to be coated faster, but a lot of paint splatters to the sides. The man attached a pressurized water hose to his leg and scrubs the surface with a brush. Although it was invented simply, it is quite convenient and effective. With the help of a power tool, a person quickly tightens the screws on the front panel, attaching it to the body of the device. This device allows you to make clean, even holes in thin metal. A mechanic uses a special lever cart to install a heavy truck wheel disc. The device allows the installation to be done with minimal effort. The tractor levels the loosened soil using a large metal pipe. Workers welded two equal halves of a cut metal barrel to the excavator's grab, allowing it to pick up and move bulk materials such as gravel, sand, and similar substances. A large drum with a mesh spins and separates clods of earth and earthworms. Upgraded soil fertilization shovel that saves time and effort. The fringe machine evenly stitches the edging along the carpet's borders, ensuring a neat and durable finish. They level the fresh concrete, use a vibration device, let it dry, then tap the mold, flip it, and remove the finished pattern tile. A cheap alternative to a ceramic sink is a metal bowl with a drilled hole and a drain installed in the center. A machine unloads clay in parts onto wheelbarrows, and a man stacks it by hand before the next wheelbarrow is brought. The video shows a worker greasing and assembling an axle for a truck. He stands in front of a row of other axles and applies blue grease to one of them, preparing it for further assembly. A plastic pipe was attached to the angle grinder in such a way that when cutting the wall, all the dust is directed to one side and doesn't spread everywhere as it would without this attachment. With a simple brush, you can create decorative plaster on a wall, giving it a beautiful appearance. These spherical chicken cages protect the birds from dogs and prevent them from digging holes in the garden. With this simple homemade device made of sheet metal, you can fill bags with bulk materials or sand much faster. With the help of an excavator bucket, sticks are easily pushed into the ground one after another. The men place bricks on a layer of cement, then lay steps on top of them, forming the entrance stairs to the building, and then sweep the dirt off them with a broom. The craftsman turns a blue plastic barrel into a container with a hinged lid. He cuts off the top, then uses a drill and screws to add metal hinges and a handle, making the cut piece a convenient door. The technician screws in a metal core with thread locker and then chamfers it using a drill. The concrete floor was first evenly cut into square sections. Then, the worker easily knocks them out and they fall to the ground. The irrigation system features a square pressure chamber with 4 integrated PVC outlets and a central control valve. When the valve is turned with a wrench, groundwater flows powerfully and is evenly distributed through the outlets for efficient field irrigation. This compact yet effective design ensures high capacity and easy maintenance. A craftsman makes a barbell plate with a durable rubber coating. Red urethane is poured into a release-treated mold, pressed under heat and pressure, cooled, removed, and trimmed for a secure grip and smooth finish. The excavator attachment, crusher, with a toy eye glued on, crushes large boulders and concrete blocks, resembling a mechanical monster devouring stones. To prevent the motorcycle from being stolen, the owner drilled a hole in the throttle handle and put a padlock on it. The video shows the forming process of an acrylic piece. Workers place a heated red acrylic sheet between two wooden molds and clamp it tightly, shaping it into a glossy red half sphere. With the help of an excavator bucket, freshly poured concrete can be quickly and evenly leveled across the surface. It's a compact exhaust fan built into the kitchen window. A test with a pan full of smoke shows powerful suction. The smoke is pulled in instantly. This clever solution helps prevent spilling used motor oil when pouring it from a bucket into a barrel. The yarn passes through a hole in the pot lid where steam softens and straightens the tangled wool. It is then rewound under slight tension. The movement of the device that builds concrete walls is shown. To do this, you only need to constantly pour water into the funnel from above and throw concrete with a bucket. The crystal stone is cut on a circular saw, then shaped into a cup with a lid on a lathe. A CNC-driven tool head uses a multi-tooth carbide end mill to machine precise concentric steps on a vertical cylindrical workpiece, achieving tight tolerances and a smooth surface finish. Pressing the bottle's neck and inserting a stick makes the minced meat attach easily. A hand roller with the appropriate texture is used to create a decorative pattern on freshly poured concrete. A builder attached a cloth to a drill to easily clean tile joints from dirt and grout. Two mechanics manually grind an engine cylinder head. They rhythmically move the heavy part across a large abrasive table, leveling the adjoining surface. They cut the marked section with a grinder, heat the pipe, and easily cut an opening to fit a drain pipe T. Fertilizer is discharged through designated openings in the truck body into a cart, enabling subsequent application to the plants. To prevent a large amount of water from flowing out of the pipe, a bottle cap was used as a stopper, which is unscrewed only when needed. This simple homemade device allows a brick to be split into 2 even pieces without breaking it. Sometimes you need to turn on a light bulb in a room, but there's no suitable socket. In this case, you can make a socket from a solid conductor, shape the wire like the bulb's threads, and screw the bulb into it. By cutting the corners of the plastic boxes and inserting long sticks into the corners, you can make another tier on top and another one on top of that, like shelves. An interesting device for removing water from streets. A long, flexible hose follows the vehicle, channeling water directly into storm drains. The process of soldering brass, where the brass is heated with a torch to form a tight joint with a copper pipe using filler metal. A firefighting robot in the form of a dog is shown, to which a fire hose is attached and it goes to the fire. Then, a person uses a remote control to control the water supply from the robot. With a simple bolt and nut, along with welding skills, it is possible to make similar locking devices for a gate. The craftsman spreads adhesive on the tile with a trowel not only evenly, but also neatly, creating an attractive finish. A man cut off the top of a car wheel, flipped it, added a bottom, mounted it on a wheelbarrow frame, and now uses it to haul sand. The woman feeds a 200-liter metal barrel into a machine that cuts off the top and bottom, then rolls the cylinder out into a flat metal sheet. A man uses a long wooden stick to easily twist 2 rows of vines, then lifts the stick, puts it on his shoulder, and carries them away from the beds. The sink was constructed using large gravel and a metal mesh. This ensures that water from the tap spreads evenly without forming puddles. Two tractors with buckets work in tandem. One gathers debris from the road while the other carries it away in its bucket. Many hot glue sticks were attached to the bumper, and pulling them removed the dent. To prevent a kitchen sink from clogging with large food scraps, you can make a simple strainer from a plastic bottle by cutting off the neck and poking holes with a heated fork. A person uses a wooden tool cut to shape to easily remove excess material into a bucket below where the excess material flows. The craftsman shapes a clay vessel by blowing air inside while it spins on the pottery wheel. A structure is attached to the excavator bucket to help dig a deep and wide trench. The men made a homemade boat out of a plastic bowl and foam, and by twisting a board tied to the boat with ropes, they were able to send the boat sailing. With the high-pressure washer, even a heavily soiled house wall can be cleaned quickly. One worker puts soil on a canvas with handles, and the other two throw it really high and far away from there. Using two long sticks, the fabric is twisted and all excess water is drained from it. A garage bolt looks welded shut, but the nut actually turns freely. It only takes a light twist to open. To give thin metal a bigger surface for threading, they decided to go with thermal drilling. Patterned concrete rollers are designed to imprint a durable brick-like texture onto freshly poured colored concrete, providing the appearance of paving stones without the cost and labor of traditional installation. A man grabs onto a drone with his hands and it flies with him for a certain amount of time until the man decides to jump off. A municipal worker uses a special stencil and a bucket of yellow paint to refresh road markings, applying them over the faded ones. A special tool is shown that is inserted into the place where there is a weed, and now it can be easily pulled out and thrown into a bucket before it accumulates too much. The tractor, using special mounted equipment, creates a protective barrier in the field to prevent the spread of fire. A special machine produces thin veneer from a wooden log. At the warehouse, an inflatable raft is being tested. They pull the launch cord, and the compact capsule instantly expands into a full-size boat with a canopy. A tractor with a rake attachment drives across the field and collects all the branches and other debris. By cutting holes in plastic canisters, the man made protection for his legs against moisture and wood chips flying while mowing. The worker takes a fish-shaped frame and welds metal washers all around it, gradually forming a detailed fish sculpture. The hydraulic press mounts tires onto solid rims, ensuring a secure fit without material deformation.